Okay, so Unit 4, Lesson 4, we're actually going to start solving equations. Okay, so this is obviously a giant part of math, is solving equations. Something you've actually done before, but we're going to build on it. So let's start with the basics here. In order to solve any equations, we have to be familiar with the properties of equality. Now, you know these properties, you just don't call them properties of equality most of the time, but if we know that A equals B, okay, so we have a balanced equation here. I've got one expression A, one expression B, and they are equal to each other, so we're in balance. One thing that I can do is I can subtract a value from both sides, and that keeps my equation intact. Okay, so I can subtract something from both sides. I can add something to both sides. I can add something to both sides. So this would be the subtraction property of equality. This would be the addition property of equality. I could multiply the same thing on both sides. I could do A times C, which I'm going to write as CA, and I could do C times B. And then, of course, I could also divide both sides by the same thing. So what these properties of equality mean is if I have an equation that's in balance, if I subtract the same things from both sides, add the same thing, multiply the same thing, or divide by the same thing, the results are still equal. My equation stays in balance. So these are what we use in order to solve equations. So to solve means, and this is very, very important, I'm going to reiterate this a lot. To solve means to determine the value of the variable that makes the equation true, which is exactly what you did in lesson 3. In lesson 3, I gave you a bunch of equations and I gave you a bunch of values and I said, is this a solution? And in order to do that, you substituted in and you tried to see if you got a statement that was true. It's exactly what we're doing when we solve. So in practice, what that really means is what we want to do is we want to get the variable equal to a constant. You know this as isolate the variable or get the variable by itself. Isolate the variable. Okay, so let's take a look at what this means. So here I have an equation. I have 2x minus 3 equals 4x. My goal is to get all the variable parts on one side and all the constants, remember those are terms that don't have a variable, we want those on the other side. It doesn't matter if you get everything on the left or everything on the right, it doesn't matter. That's your choice. But all the things with variables on one side and all the things with constants on the other side. So since I already have a variable term over here by itself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract. This is plus 2x. There's no symbol in front, so that means plus. I'm actually going to subtract 2x from both sides. So it looks like this. I'm going to subtract 2x from this side. But in order to keep my equation in balance, I have to subtract it from the other side as well. So over here, 2x minus 2x just goes to 0, cancels out. So I'm left with negative 3 on this side, and on the other side, I'm left with 4x minus 2x, which is 2x. Now, I'm trying to isolate my variable. So now I've done the part where I have all my variable pieces on one side and my constants on the other. Now what I need to do is I need to isolate the variable. This is 2 times x, so I'm going to do an inverse operation, which is divide by 2, and whatever I do on one side, I got to do on the other. So on the left-hand side, I have negative 3 halves, and on the right-hand side, the 2 over 2 reduces to 1, which leaves me with just 1x or just x. And so now I'm done. I solved the equation. Now, in order to see if my solution is actually a solution, I would do a check. Always go back to the original, and I'm going to substitute in my solution just like you did in lesson 3 and see if that's correct or not. Now, here's where the calculator is going to come in handy. On the left-hand side, I'm going to do 2 times negative 3 halves. Whoops, messed up in my calculator. 2 times negative 3 halves minus 3 gives me, on the left-hand side, when I put this in my calculator, I get negative 6. And on the right-hand side, when I put this in my calculator, I also get negative 6. So that means that this is a check. So one of the beauty of solving equations is you can actually know whether or not it's correct before you even turn it in. Okay. Now, the only thing that makes these more complicated is we just make the equations more complicated, So obviously here's an equation that I had that's pretty complicated. One thing that you're allowed to do is you're allowed to simplify the equation first. Simplify means do any distribution and any combined like terms that you might be able to do. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to distribute first. And on the right-hand side, I want you to notice that there's some combining like terms that I could do. So 1/3 x plus 1x is going to be 4/3 x plus 12. So now I have a simplified equation. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve it. So I am going to move the 4/3 x over here to the left-hand side. So I'm going to have 2x plus 8 equals 4/3 x, and then I'm going to subtract 4/3 x. I goofed up here. I'm going to subtract 4/3 x from both sides. Okay, so on the left-hand side, I get 2x minus 4/3 x, which is going to leave me with 2/3 x plus 8 equals, and then on the right-hand side, 4/3 x minus 4/3 x is 0, so I'm left with just 12. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 8 and I'm going to move that to the right-hand side. So now I have on the left-hand side 2/3 x, and on the right-hand side I have 4. Now to deal with this 2/3, the easiest way to do it is to multiply by 3 on both sides. That's gonna take care of the 3 in the denominator. So now I have 2x equals 12, and then divide by 2 on both sides. X equals 6. And now I'm going to check this, and then we're going to be done. I didn't leave myself a lot of room for the check, so I'm going to write small. 2 times 6 plus 4, substitute in your equation, equals 1/3 times 6 plus 12 plus 6. So on the right-hand side, this is 2 times 10, which is 20. And on the right-hand side, 1/3 times 6 is 2. 2 plus 12 plus 6 is also 20. So that means my solution is correct. So this would be a pretty complicated one. All right, it's got fractions, it's got combined like terms, it's got distribution, it's got everything. So this would be some sort of more of a basic one, and this would be sort of more of a complicated one. But you see that the process is exactly the same.